Hello and welcome to the Thrive Chiropractic New Patient Orientation. My name is Dr. Tim St. Onge. My purpose in creating this video was to help you get the most out of your chiropractic care in our office, and I'm going to do that primarily by answering some very common questions about chiropractic care and about healthcare in general, and also by dispelling some myths about chiropractic and healthcare in general as well. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to divide care into two different categories. The first is relief care and the second is wellness care. Relief care is what most people think of when they go to the doctor. You have some kind of pain or symptom that you want to get rid of. It's how most people find themselves in my office for the first time. There's a good chance that that is where you are as well. The second reason to see a chiropractor is to optimize your health and vitality. I'm going to focus more on that in this video because you may not even know that that is a possibility. Let me talk briefly about the healthcare system in our country. In reality, it is not a healthcare system. It is a sick care system. In fact, I took this quote straight from the Medicare guidelines. A treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, and prolong and enhance the quality of life, or therapy that is performed to maintain or prevent deterioration of a chronic condition is deemed not medically necessary. You see, Medicare dictates the rules for healthcare reimbursement in the U.S. for the most part, and in Medicare there is no allowance for disease prevention or health promotion. If we look at the statistics of our healthcare system in the United States, you will find that we spend twice as much money per person than the second highest spender in the world, which is Sweden. In 2019, we spent $3.6 trillion. For that amount of spending, we rank 37th in the world for health, according to the World Health Organization. Furthermore, the care provided in our healthcare system is somewhat dangerous. 250,000 people die per year due to medical errors, which make the United States healthcare system the third leading cause of death behind heart disease and cancer. I want to be clear about something here. Doctors are not to blame for this. They are doing what they are trained to do. The problem is that they are being asked to do something that they are not trained to do, and that is to promote health. What they are really trained to do, and I would argue that they do better than any other doctor anywhere in the world, is provide life-saving medical and surgical care in crisis situations. If you have appendicitis, or if you're having a heart attack, or if you have been involved in a car accident and you have a broken bone or a lacerated liver or an inflamed gallbladder, you want to be under the care of a United States trained medical doctor in a United States hospital, period. But don't ask that same doctor to tell you how to keep from getting that heart attack or inflamed gallbladder, because it is not what they do. It is not what they were trained to do. So how can chiropractic lead to better health? It's a good question. Before I get into that, though, I want to explain something to you. When I talk about health, what I'm really talking about is function. You see, the better your body functions, the healthier you are. It is possible to be perfectly healthy and to be puking your guts out and feeling absolutely horrible. In fact, if you were ever to eat some bad sushi, that is exactly what should happen. So again, when I say improve your health, what I mean is improve the way that your body functions. Now, the great thing about having good health, good function, is that for the most part you feel good too. But I do want to make a distinction between how you function and how you feel, because they are not one and the same. Your entire body is controlled by your nervous system, which consists of your brain, your spinal cord, and your nerves. The organs like your heart and lungs and digestive system and reproductive system are all controlled by your nervous system. Your joints, like the joints in your back and hip and knee, are all controlled by your nervous system. Your muscles, like your biceps and forearm muscles, are all controlled by your nervous system. So let me ask you a question. What would happen if we cut off the nerve supply to a muscle like the calf muscle? The answer is that it would shrivel up and become smaller and weaker, eventually losing all function. The nervous system controls every function in your body. Because of the intimate relationship that the spine has with the brain and spinal cord, in order for your nervous system to function properly, in order for the messages to get from the brain to the organs and muscles and joints and back to the brain again, the spine must have optimal mechanical function. What this means is that each of the 24 bones in your spine must have normal motion and normal alignment relative to the bones above and below. A misaligned and stuck vertebra can cause interference in the normal functioning of the nervous system. Chiropractors refer to this condition of misaligned vertebra causing interference in the nervous system as a subluxation. There are basically three main problems with a subluxation. First, these misalignments can interfere with the messages that travel from the brain to the organs and muscles and joints, so that those structures don't get the proper information that they need to work properly. And it can interfere with the messages that are traveling from the body to the brain, so that the brain no longer has an accurate picture of what is happening inside the body. Perhaps one of the most obvious manifestations of this is that people tend to lose their sense of balance as they get older. Much of this loss of balance is due to the brain not having the proper understanding of where the body is in space. And yes, balance usually improves under chiropractic care. Second, subluxations cause joints to wear out prematurely and become arthritic earlier in life. Osteoarthritis is caused by abnormal wear and tear on a joint. When a joint is stuck and not moving properly, that is the very definition of abnormal wear and tear. Also, research has shown that immobility in a joint increases the rate at which a joint deteriorates. One study showed that you could see the thinning of cartilage in a joint after only 10 to 14 days of immobility. And third, subluxations cause an increase in energy expenditure. According to Nobel Prize recipient Roger Sperry, movement of the joints of the spine is analogous to a windmill generating electricity to run a power plant. Therefore, the more mechanically distorted a person becomes, the less energy there is for healing, metabolism, and thinking. So why should you get chiropractic care? Receiving regular chiropractic care helps to maintain normal spinal neurointegrity, thus allowing your organs, such as your heart and lungs, your joints, and your muscles to function optimally. Locating and correcting subluxations on a regular basis helps you to keep your joints moving properly so that you're less likely to suffer from abnormal wear and tear and the arthritis that goes with it. And maintaining optimal spinal function frees up energy for better healing, metabolism, and thinking. I have a colleague who is like a mentor to me who puts it this way: if you have a dim light bulb, how do you make it brighter again? The answer is to turn the dimmer switch that is between the electrical outlet and the bulb all the way up. That will allow the electricity to flow from the outlet to the light without interference. Your health is similar to this. If you want to express good health, you have to remove the interference to that good health. So let me ask you another question. Do you want to be a bright, shining light for your family and friends and coworkers? Okay, so I have convinced you that regular chiropractic is for you. Now what? In my office, I break care into two categories. The first is relief care. This is somewhat obvious. Our goal is to get you relief from your pain and other symptoms as fast as possible. During this phase of care, we are going to adjust you 2 to 4 times per week, depending on the severity of your condition. As you stabilize, we will reduce the frequency with which we adjust you. The second phase is wellness care. Our goal in this phase is to maintain normal function of your spine and to remove tiny interferences in your nervous system before they become big interferences in your nervous system. Wellness care is every other week for adults, and for kids, most kids can go about once a month. Good grief, Doc, why so often? To answer that question, we have to look at some of the more common causes of subluxation. Looking down at that little cell phone of yours can triple or quadruple the amount of stress on your neck. How much time do you spend doing that in a day? The foods we eat either contain nutrients that we need to build strong cells and tissues, or toxins that create a huge stress on the body. Sadly, the standard American diet the SAD, tends toward toxicities over nutrients. And finally, and probably the biggest offender, is that we sit way too much. 2 hours of sitting per day is the threshold of excessive sitting. And I don't know anyone that spends less than 2 hours per day sitting. Sitting for long periods of time causes immobility in your spine, as if you were wearing a cast on your arm that immobilized your elbow. Have you ever seen someone get a cast off their arm? The muscles shrivel up and become weak. Well, the same thing happens to your spine when you spend 4, 6, 10, 14 hours per day sitting. An orthopedic surgeon named Weidman studied the effects of immobilization of joints, and he found that these joints had permanent damage present in as little as 10 to 14 days after being immobilized. That is why I recommend being checked and adjusted every 2 weeks for subluxation to keep your spinal joints as healthy as possible. Look, I can't think of anything that builds and maintains health that does not require time and repetition. You don't go to the gym one time and expect to be healthy for the rest of your life. Eat a salad one time and expect that to be all that you need to do to stay healthy? Of course not. Do you brush your teeth every day? I hope so. You also need regular quality sleep, 7 to 9 hours per night. Thank you very much. And having your spine adjusted for the purpose of maintaining health is no different. It requires time and repetition in order to see results. Okay, I get it, Doc. But what tangible results can I expect to see if I choose to utilize chiropractic care for wellness? That's a great question. Everyone is a little different in their experience with chiropractic, but as a general rule, most people experience better mobility, better energy, better sleep, better mood, better digestion. They miss work less often. They miss school less often. They experience less pain, and that can be less frequent episodes of pain and less intense episodes of pain. They tend to get sick less often. There's generally less of a need for medication. Now, during the course of my career, I have also seen children who were scheduled for ear surgery, for ear tubes, and that surgery was canceled because they got better and didn't need it. I've seen people get off their blood pressure medication because their blood pressure became normal. I've seen a bedwetter stop wetting the bed. That was a really big deal for his mom, by the way. And one lady was trying to get pregnant, and she was able to get pregnant while under care. Now, my youngest daughter, Maddie, she was 2 years old at the time, had a 106-degree temperature with what appeared to be seizures at 2 in the morning while we were on vacation. I adjusted her, and 10 minutes later, her temperature returned to normal. She was sitting on my lap at the time. She woke up, she looked at me in the eye and smiled and said, "I love everyone," while holding her hands over her head as if nothing had ever happened. She spent the rest of that vacation playing like any normal 2-year-old with her cousins and brother, and 4 years later, she's healthy as a horse. The bottom line is, everyone is a little different. Speaking of my Maddie, this is a picture of Maddie giving Dad an adjustment. No, I'm just kidding about that. We were really just goofing around. You can't see it, but she had to jump like a foot off the ground to get to where she is. She's pretty short, at least at this time. Look, here's the deal. My family and I each get adjusted at least every 2 weeks, usually more often, and we have enjoyed the benefits of regular chiropractic care. I chose to share this video with you because I would be a horrible person if I didn't, so that you could actually make an informed decision about your health and how chiropractic can fit into your health care. If you do choose to utilize chiropractic for the purpose of maintaining your health and wellness, like my family and I do, we have a wellness plan to make it easier for you. If it's just you, you pay $89 per month to get adjusted every other week. That works out to about $41 per adjustment. If you're a couple, the monthly fee is $159 per month, which works out to about $37 per adjustment. Additional adjustments are $45. because let's face it, sometimes you slip on the ice and you need a little extra attention. So look, I know that going to a chiropractor on a regular basis is not right for everybody. My point in sharing this video with you was just so that you would have the information so that you could make an educated decision for yourself. So I just want you to know that regardless of whether you choose to use the services here at this office, chiropractic care, for periodic pain relief, or if you choose to utilize the chiropractic services to maintain your health and wellness and your optimal functioning, either one is fine with me. I'm here for you, and I will look forward to seeing you regardless of how you choose to use our services. Okay, God bless and have a great day.